Good morning. Dr. Rick Upchurch here, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on pivot tables, more advanced, level 2. Here's a spreadsheet we're going to be working with. This is a spreadsheet that shows section report for the spring of 2013. It has a variety of different locations, courses that were offered at that location, start dates, end dates, section numbers, whether it's been active, number of students, and some more information out beyond that. All right, so what I am going to determine in this particular pivot table is section size, average section size minus the independent studies. However, as you can see, there are no independent studies column. So we're going to create one of those right now. So this is kind of combining two or three things together to show you this information. Since all I need is the information within these first set of cells, I'm going to delete all of these other cells. So I'll highlight, right click, go down to delete, and now I'm left with this information. I'm going to click anywhere in the field, go up here to data, and filter. This is a powerful tool that I've explained in another place that allows you to be able to sort and filter your table very easily. And one of the things that I need to pull out of this is I need to pull out any of the I need to pull out the canceled or blank cells. So I'll pull those out and just leave the actives. Then I'm going to sort this one from smallest to largest, and I've noted that I've got several sections with 0 students. Well, you really can't have a section with 0 students, so those should have been canceled. For whatever reason they weren't, so I'm going to highlight those and delete those. So now I have cleaned my spreadsheet. Please keep this in mind. Keeping your spreadsheet clean is going to be vital to getting the information you want out accurately. Now we have to add in the column that's going to contain our independent studies. So I'm going to click on this column, right click, insert. I'm going to call this my independent studies column. And I need to make sure that both of these columns are general in format. This is crucial. If you don't do this, your results will come back and it won't work. It literally won't work, and you'll be thinking, why won't this work? And so I'm going to put in a formula here, equals if, parenthesis, I'm going to click on this cell, is less than 4, comma, quotation mark, IS, quotation mark, comma, quotation mark, RL, quotation mark, end parenthesis. Notice that returns an IS. Now I'm going to double click on this little handle here at the bottom, and it will fill out the report all the way down. You could have filled in this data manually for those that were 4 and under, but if any changes are made to the spreadsheet later, the formula means that any alterations over here could easily be, they automatically update themselves. So you can do it manually, prefer to do it in a way that automates itself. All right, so now we're going to insert the pivot table. So I'm going to click Insert, choose Pivot Table. And you can see the little kind of highlighted bar around our field. That's because the cursor was set into the cell in the spreadsheet, and it automatically selects that. So I'll hit OK. It opens up a new tab across the bottom here. See, tab number 3. So I'm going to pull down Section Location right down here in rows. And I'm going to pull down here IS underneath that. Now IS is showing blank, so I'm going to pull up here for filters for a moment. And I'm only going to pull out the filter. I'm going to select multiple and unclick blank and hit OK. And then I'll pull it back down here. There we go. Now I want the number of students, but not the count of the students. I want the actual average. So I'm going to go to field settings using this drop down. I'll choose field settings. I'll choose average. And I'm going to choose number format. Otherwise, it's going to give me a lot of decimal places, but I only want 2 decimal places. And by doing that, it limits it to 2 decimal places. I'll hit OK. And now you can see that I have a report that will show me the average number of students per section, the average number of students in IS courses, and the average number of students in the regular load classes. All of that can be pertinent information in the calculation of what we are looking for as far as being able to gauge effectiveness. But there's another piece here that I'd like to add into this mix. One of the things that has been a standard is the percentage of IS to regular load courses. So I'm going to come up here and get section name. I'm going to pull it down here under values. And now it's going to give me a count. See that? I have 43 sections in Atlanta, 5 sections in Austin. 7 of those sections in Atlanta were independent study. 37 were regular load. You say that's not telling me much about a percentage. So I'm going to pull this down here again into values. Now I'm going to click the drop down and go to value field settings. And I'm going to choose this show value as. And I'm going to pick this no calculation, go down here, percent of parent total. Now, there's a lot of different options here for different types of pivot tables. You should experiment. I'm going to click that, hit OK. Now what happens? All right, the parent row for Atlanta is the entire campus, the entire university. So 12% of the sections were offered in Atlanta, but at Atlanta, 16% of those sections were independent study versus 83 that were regular load. Remember, the goal is to have 10% or less. Here's one down in Gulfport that had a 4%. Here is Houston that has a 7%. Jackson, which has an 11%. You can easily work through this report then and determine where your most effective scheduling processes are happening. You can look at the different section sizes, and you can actually get a count of the number of sections. All of that very quickly in this pivot table. Kind of fun to do, easy to do in a way. You just have to follow the steps, and again, the more you play with it, the more interesting it can be, and the way you can spin things a little bit differently. Hope this is helpful, and I hope you have a great day.